Jack had just fallen asleep when he felt like he was plunging into the sea. Startled, he quickly turned on the light to check, only to find that the entire dormitory was already flooded with seawater. In no time, the water level rose to their waists. At this point, one of his companions reminded everyone that they could breathe oxygen from the toilet bowl. So they all hurriedly swam to the bathroom, using the shower hose to breathe air from the toilet pipe. However, Jack swam towards the window instead. Using his pain-resistant fists, he frantically smashed the glass. The instructor outside, seeing Jack's bravery, was so frightened that he immediately left the scene. Finally, thanks to Jack's unrelenting efforts, the glass shattered, and everyone flowed out with the seawater. But then, the instructor told them not to celebrate too soon because they had all failed this round of assessment. Moreover, as elite agents, they lacked even the most basic teamwork. Upon hearing this, they quickly looked towards the dormitory and discovered that one of their teammates had unfortunately passed away. It was then that they finally realized this assessment was not as simple as they had imagined. Next up was the parachute test. As long as they could land safely at the designated location, they would pass. However, after jumping out of the plane, the instructor gave them some bad news. One of them didn't have a parachute. The group panicked upon hearing this, but Jack remained calm. He suggested that everyone grab the partner closest to them and form pairs to find the teammate without a parachute. But as soon as he finished speaking, one teammate, out of fear, immediately opened his parachute. Now only 5 people remained, and Jack's plan was instantly disrupted. Yet, they were still rapidly descending, and if they couldn't come up with a solution, they would all fall to their deaths. At this point, Jack proposed that if the 5 of them held hands and opened their parachutes together, they could all be saved. The instructors on the screen were cheering them on. However, just as the instructors thought they would make it, 2 more teammates prematurely opened their parachutes out of fear. Now only 3 people were left. If the 3 of them opened their parachutes simultaneously, the teammate without a parachute could still be saved. But before they could finish discussing, one of them opened his parachute alone. Now only 2 people remained. Even the instructor grew tense at this moment. At the critical juncture, Jack told Amy to get close to him quickly because they could only survive by holding each other tightly. The 2 quickly embraced as they plummeted towards the ground at high speed. At the crucial moment, Jack pulled open Amy's parachute and held onto her legs tightly. Finally, the 2 landed at the designated location, narrowly escaping danger. This assessment successfully eliminated 3 more people. However, Jack couldn't stop thinking about the fact that he was the one without a parachute. Why was he chosen to be the unlucky one? Was his life worth less than others? The instructor didn't provide much explanation and simply opened the parachute behind Jack's back. The name of this movie is Kingsman: The Secret Service.